Party all night is the best of the best friend weekend. We can party all night is the best of the best friend weekend. We can party all night. Shout out the whole podcast crew. Everybody already know what it do. When you really gotta kill it, ain't nobody gonna feel it. When you really gotta tell them it's my crew. It's best friend weekend. We can party all night. We got Rog Smuve and Los, Rumble, Aldo NICE is the uncle.
So one day, like some months ago, me and the uncle was just sliding, and we bumped into this neighborhood on the other end of town that we never seen before. Luxurious houses. But you know what they all had in common? Them boy had basic whips, Toyotas, Hondas, Volkswagens, and the whole little excursion, the most gassiest thing you seen was an Audi. That's it. And it was just Audi, but everything was basic, but them houses would just look plush. And keep in mind, this might be different from a city person's perspective because y'all might be getting them used cars at a real discounted rate. So y'all might be in, 06 Mercedes-Benz and all that type of stuff, but this don't rock around this one-horse town. And with this just brings me to the next point. It kind of just baffles me how as black folk, not all of us, but some of us, you know, the first thing we do when we get some cheese is get the Mercedes-Benz. I'm saying that because I'm at work, you know what I'm saying? There are literally just 3 Mercedes-Benzes in the parking lot. And you know what they all got in common? A black owner. And you know what? I ain't been around there too long. But you know what I know? These 3 people don't make the most in the building. And that just kind of threw me off. And I just wonder why every time black folk get some money, they need to go get the Mercedes-Benz.
I say, whoa, welcome to the Best Friend Weekend Podcast. It's your man Aldo NICE.
It's your boy Rog Smuve.
It's your boy Los, a.k.a. C.A.P.
I love when we put an S on the things we don't need to and take an S
Mercedes-Benz.
off. Mercedes-Benz. I love it. That's my favorite thing. But Rum was asking a legit question, man. Like, that's a very legitimate question. Why do we always gotta have that big fire whip next to that Section 8 daddy, and them boys could have that Ford Focus next to something plush? Do tell.
I think it's because the way we think is people gonna see you in your car before they see your house. So black folk rolling around, they'll much rather you see they got the money than really have it. Like, so you'll see a dude rolling in the sun, you be like, we must got a little cheese. And then you realize you might go up to his house, or you might not never see his house. But your assumption is that he got some money, or he doing okay in life. And he really might be staying with his mama or his sister. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. But I think that's black people problem. We know you're going to see our car way before you see our house. And we much rather that look good than our house.
I mean, I just think to me it's kind of crazy that for some reason expensive cars look better than cheap cars. So like when you get some money, you know what I'm saying? I feel like also a problem that we have is our clothing we start to live outside of our means as far as clothing goes. Like I start to want Gucci and Louis Vuitton when I get promotions and whatnot. But that's just crazy to me that for some reason I don't necessarily think that Gucci and Louis Vuitton looks better than anything that I can necessarily find at like TJ Maxx, Ross. But like without question, a whip that costs $100,000 to me will always look better than a whip that costs $30,000.
Now, Chrysler 300 always looked garbager than a Bentley. And, like, there's certain cars that if you see them, like, you'd be like, ooh, that's a fire. Oh, man, I had it in my head, like the exact car. But y'all gonna know what I'm talking about. Like a Mitsubishi or something. Like, it's always, like, they could have the livest Mitsubishi. Ooh, they got a new body style on it. But it still look like
them Kias.
Yeah.
Kia,
great
Kia
example.
Fool you, boy.
No, but you see,
the Kia's nasty.
So it's a nasty
boy.
body style and everything. But when you get up on it, or when you really look, you'll be like, man, that's like some fake Jordans.
No, it's when you see the sign.
It's like some Spalding. It's like them Spaldings from
It's the Shacks. It's the Shacks.
There you
go.
It's
the Shacks. Yeah, you don't see legs ain't spread. That boy hanging on the rim in the front.
There you go. But Rumble said a Mercedes-Benz. I would argue that isn't a BMW a black man's wish? Black man's wealth? Black man whip?
Black man whip, yeah.
Black man working?
They rocking too.
Like,
Yeah, all of that.
I mean, so I don't know. What do y'all think is more of the black man with money, a Benz or a BMW?
Benz.
Yeah, it's a Benz.
Benz. I don't know how it was at one point in time, but I just
in the '90s it used to be that.
I feel
but
like
I think that's when boys was buying them new or newer. You know what I mean? I think nowadays boys be reaching back a lot of times. Some people got the money, and if you got the money for real, they getting them. But a lot of times people be reaching back and getting them, but they still be nasty though.
They say Ben stand for Black Economically Naive Zoo Monkey.
Ben's M class?
Bism.
Zoo Monkey, all one word. It's monkey, a zoo monkey, especially at all. But he tapped on something that I wasn't going to go there, but let's just go there just for the hell of it. He said a 06 Benz, in case them boys in the cities be getting like a 06 Benz. Rumble, that's exactly what they do. They get a 2008 Range Rover, they get a 2009 Lexus, and be like, call Max Daddies, and I'm balling out of control.
Killing the game.
When in actuality, you one step away from one of the first things that ever burned my Boudin, which is paper tags on old cars.
that definitely was a first.
That might have been the first thing that ever burned my Boudin. I need to go back and look into
the first
and find out what the first thing that burned my Boudin was. But it probably that's a very good.
I think that's one of the first few.
That's a very good thing. But yeah, speaking of, Burns My Boudin page is popping.
Oh, that thing jumping.
Every time we talk about the podcast and we meet new people, it's the thing I hear the most from our fans, and I want this to be an interactive part of the show. So on the Burns Boudin
that's the only thing about our fans they don't do.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? I think we haven't really given them the avenue to do so. In the past week, we started talking about a mailing list, Best Friend Weekend mailing list. If you haven't already done so, give us your email address so we can shoot you info on the upcoming things, including Best Friend Weekend. We're going to talk about that a little later. A happy hour we got coming in Houston in a couple of weeks. So we're going to let you guys know about all of those things, bounce for the crawfish, whatever. But also, we asked today, what's some content that you guys want to hear on the podcast this week? And I got three different people who hit me up with with some context for the show. Oh, so that's a lot better than like even texting our friends sometimes. When we ask it the right way, we want this to be a little bit more of an interactive experience. So you guys will hear that. But currently on the What Burns My Boudin page, I was like, hey, let me know what burned your Boudin. You might get featured on the page. So and I'm gonna give me some shirts done real quick. I think the logo is pretty damn cool. That I got like a little Boudin burning, but it's like a Girl Scout badge. I'm gonna make a shirt like that. I'm gonna definitely make a shirt like that. But anyway,
sorry, Girl Scout.
So a couple of things that you might have seen these. I'm doing it a little out of order. I'm gonna try not to do this in the future, but something that first thing that burns my Boudin this week is being kids who say, I want to be in my right grade. So some people didn't understand what that meant when we were at the Super Bowl party, and they kept saying, "You know what burns my Boudin?" They didn't understand. They didn't understand that specific one, being in my right grade. Yeah. Los, as an educator, do you understand what I mean when I say that?
Yes, I think sometimes if you too young or too old, you want to be in your right grade, man.
That's what you think.
That ain't what it was?
That's what you think. If you're too young or too old, you want to be in your right grade.
Yeah, like say, I know some kids are young, get to school younger. Or well, a lot of kids flunk. When you flunk, that's really what it is. When you flunk,
then they want to be.
You have to stay back, and when your friends keep going,
then you want to be in your right grade. Rog, what do you think about that?
You want to be in your right grade.
I mean, I just feel like along the lines. In my life, I met so many children that got held back, quote unquote.
Held back.
And so that's what comes to mind.
Is being in your right grade because you got held back. Okay, let's talk.
Held back.
I'm gonna talk about both of those things. So first of all, you failed. First of all, I'm sorry. Your mama told you when you was a little kid that you got held back. And maybe there's an excuse. I heard a kid before when I was small. I remember this like yesterday. They were like, my mama held me back because I was too small. Mm-hmm. I was too small to be in the first grade. Mm-hmm. So they thought I'd be better with the kindergarten. Okay, no. You weren't intelligent enough to go to first grade from kindergarten. You didn't have the prerequisite skills. Like you couldn't color in between the lines and shit like that. And that's the pre-K kids, po babies. when you in the 3rd and 4th grade and you get held back, boy, you failed the 3rd grade, ball.
Yeah. Yeah, you flunked.
you did not pass. So let me tie.
Because I feel like I heard somebody tell me they got held back because it was nice. They was nice in that basketball.
No,
and they felt like
wow.
That
happens though. Which is crazy.
That don't happen to 8th grade though. That don't happen to 8th grade.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about younger than that. I might have been in the 8th grade when somebody told me that.
Parents legit will be like, I'm going to reclassify my kid and keep him in whatever. Yeah. And that's the rare exception to you actually being held back because they like you. That boy only really 13, so if you stay in 8th grade again, he gonna be more competitive against the. Yeah. That's parents doing entirely too much.
So the thing you have to do is if somebody tell you they got held back, you gotta have them shoot 5 jumpers.
5 free throws.
If they can, you gotta
they gotta shoot a left-handed layup.
you gotta shoot a left-hand layup, a free throw, a mid-range shot, and a 3.
And you gotta make 2 of them. And like
you gotta go 60%.
Right, so you gotta go 50 for 30. So what I was saying was that ties into the concept of that idea of being in my right grade. My nigga, you are in your right grade. You are in the right grade that you are supposed to be. Yeah. Like you cannot. There's no such thing as being in my right grade. You are in your right grade. That's why it burns my Buddha.
And especially when you was in, you weren't really, they let you try to make it 2 years in 1st and 2nd. But when it came to going to 3rd, they were like, nah, man, we can't even do this. Bro. I can't even, no. enough is enough. No. Because you be sitting there, you ever sat in one of those meetings before?
No, not with like a 3rd grader. I didn't sat in one with like a 7th grader going to 8th or like 8th going to high school. I have.
Oh my God, dog. They get to pull out their child, work in front of their parent, and I watched the parent go absolutely ballistic in there about some stuff they've been getting notes and phone calls on all year. And now they realize their child hadn't made anything over a 40 or 30 on the test. But he been coming home with 70s, man. It's because you can't do that.
That's the moment it dawned on you that child going to be in my house an extra year, and that child is probably not going to go to college. And damn it,
that child never gonna
this
leave
child
your
never leave my house. That's the calculus. It's like they're gonna be in my house an extra year. Damn it, they ain't going to college. Shit, they never leaving this house.
This nigga never leaving. Okay, so find you a trade.
We're gonna start cutting hair tomorrow.
Yeah, like hey, I got some clippers at time.
That's ridiculous. I don't want to do this.
It's not funny.
I don't want to do this. It's hilarious, but I don't want to do this right now. Another thing that burns my Boudin this week, as seen on the Burns My Boudin page, is people who use Apple Watches anywhere, but specifically in church, man. Like the whole idea, Raj, what do you think when you see somebody pull out an iPhone in church and start texting?
Well, being Catholic, if I see somebody, I mean, that's just like a big no-no. Mm-hmm. But like honestly, I've seen non-denomination churches where they go live in church. Like they go live and they put Snapchat and like the pastor be like, open, like I feel like this has happened where the pastor will be like, hey, y'all open up y'all phones and let y'all friends know about pastorlos.church. live.church. You know what I'm saying? Like
live.
I feel like it's based on the religion that you know.
Raj, I swear to God, I thought you was gonna say the pastor was like, open up your phone to Ephesians verse 12. Oh shit. But what do you feel, Raj? Even in a Catholic church, if you're sitting next to somebody and they Apple Watch it real quick next to you.
I think they cheating the system, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I think they're just cheating the system. Like they found a way to like make it acceptable because it's all right to look at your watch to check the time. Mm-hmm. So I'm just checking the time, but I'm also killing another bird with the same stone. And let me just check that text that just came through as well. So I don't see any. It doesn't burn my Boudin. It's just it's just whatever. You shouldn't answer it. You can't answer, but you can. Yeah. I think you should be able to check it.
How you know
going live in church burns my Boudin?
How you know if they answering it? Los, I'm gonna come back for that. How you gonna know if they're not answering it if they kind of mess with it real quick and just say okay?
It's within. So all of this is within yourself. You know, I'm not. Definitely, I would be looking to see if I heard somebody say, "Yeah, I'm in church right now." You know, like I would definitely be like looking. Like if I caught somebody checking their Apple Watch, I'm. That's where my focus is at for a little while, and so I'm looking for it. But I wouldn't judge them if they just checked their watch. But if they answered it, then that's the same thing as checking your phone.
Got you. Los, what you was talking about going live at church?
That burned my booty. People sit there the whole sermon on live. Like and the thing about it is getting where it's older people now, because you know they on Facebook. So you see a 60-some-year-old lady just holding her Android up the whole time the pastor preaching or the choir singing, just holding it right there while church is going on. I've been in a situation where I've seen somebody go live during a funeral, just recording the entire funeral on their phone. Like that type of stuff burn my booty. And you checking the text on your Apple Watch, I think that's what it's for. That's why it was made. So you want to pull your whole phone out. You can just be like, hey, I'm in church. Or can answer okay real quick. I think that's what it's made for. And then most of the time, you know, when you bring your little badass children to church and, you know, kids can't sit and be quiet no more like we used to have to. They got to have something to entertain them now. So you put them on the phone. So somebody going to be on the phone at all times in church now.
That's actually a really good point. And I don't think I heard it articulated well. And you might have kind of moved the needle on the Apple Watch to it not being on my Burned My Boudin list. You just said an Apple Watch, that's what it's made for. So you don't have to pull your phone out and you can do things that you might have moved a needle on it a little bit for me. That is kind of what it's made for. If the problem is you pulling your phone out in church, the problem is you're not focused on getting the word. That's the problem. Mm-hmm. You're talking to people outside of church instead of paying attention to what's happening in there. I don't know, maybe. But
I think I feel like as long as you're not just sitting there answering message after message after message. But if you get a text real quick, like say you be like, hey, I'm in church. Like, I've been in church before, and you be like, hey, we not going to the spot watch the game. We by my house. I didn't hit you with the okay from my watch. Or I ate off my watch. But it's first I want to pull my whole phone out.
I mean, I also think that in church that there's semi-appropriate times to, you know what I'm saying, to like either check what's going on outside of church. Yeah. So, you know, like when they're preparing the bread, you know, and the wine, and there ain't too much going on, like there ain't no word to receive.
Raj, that's
doing church announcement.
That's my prayer time. That's the time I actually say my prayers, honestly.
Well, I got my times. There's appropriate times for me to say my prayers as well. Like I got that time, but I feel like
I'm just curious when yours was.
Look at that time and check their phone.
I thought that was pretty much everybody's time, right? When they was consecrating it to get your little prayers in. But
I could squeeze it in at a different time if I heard my phone buzz. I heard my phone buzz 30 minutes ago, and I'm like, ooh, I wonder who that was. When you know what I'm saying? Like I could readjust some of my time to be prayer time, and then, you know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
It's not going to take long.
That when they pass in that collection plate is when I think all bets is off. I think you can do whatever you want. Like if you want to get on your phone in the pew and be like, yeah, they passing the plate around. You heard me? Yeah, it's the second collection for the bishop service appeal. Yeah.
I've never been one for songs. I like to sit and listen, but I'm not really one to listen to the song. So that's usually my time. To the lyrics, to digest the lyrics. So that's usually my time to check to see what's going on.
That's funny. Y'all made some real good points there about appropriate times to have that phone. I think it's a real thing. Couple more things burned my Boudin this week. Another thing that burned my Boudin, I thought about this morning. When you rip 2 paper towels, when you really wanted one, when you got the little half daddies, like what you do with that other paper towel? It burns my Boudin.
Oh, I said it right there by the paper towels.
You like? I always said it. I said it there too, but I take it off and I fold it in half, and then I put it under the dispenser.
Yeah,
that's too much.
Yeah. Well, I put it on the side.
Paper towels didn't always used to be half daddies.
Yeah,
they used to all be full daddies.
So you get mad when you pull a full daddy.
I just say, I pulled the old school. You know, and I just have a bigger paper towel. That's it.
You pulled your old school?
I pulled the old school.
Big wasteful daddy.
That's not wasteful because we used to use that big of a paper towel.
Yeah,
That's true.
Now we use half of it, and that's plenty enough. Half is plenty enough. How come we didn't come out with that in the 50s?
Because nobody gave a damn about saving the planet.
Niggas probably had towels on the road.
Yeah, nah. Hey, you know they used to have cloth diapers, so they probably did.
I mean, y'all gonna be sick when y'all when it's 2030, and y'all gonna go to somebody's house and pull that toilet paper, and it's gonna be half a square triangles. It's gonna be like, you can tear it in half.
Wouldn't it be something if somebody made in here, ding 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 ding? Here's our opportunity to get rich. Buy the square paper towel, but toilet paper, but it's thick. So all I need is one square.
One square.
Nah,
man.
One square.
I disagree.
I
disagree.
I mean, it's thick.
Yeah.
It's like 52 ply.
I got you. It ain't gonna flush for one.
Yeah, that's number one. And number two, you still got more wiping to do.
Yeah.
There's only so many ways you can fold that board without getting under your nail.
You don't need it under your nail. That's what you don't.
I mean, if you're brave, just use the other side. Just 52 ply.
No, you do. But I'm saying you still got at least 3 wipes.
Your surface area gonna be in half every time you fold.
Yeah, I feel like you can hot dog that thing and just kind of go in between.
You got my little crack. You got my little booty crack.
Pause. Pause. We don't need that. We don't need that.
What's going on?
You got a half a crack.
Man, let's stop here, man. Look, maybe it's cause I don't really have kids, but last week I said what burns my boudin was girl dad. So let's just add to that. What burns my boudin this week is basically when you like it's that whole thing. What burns my boudin is your son versus you and your daughter versus you, man. Like I don't know if y'all saw that yet. But it's like people posting pictures with, like men posting pictures with their son and women posting pictures with their daughter. Like my daughter versus me, my son versus me. And it'd be just a picture of them side by side. And people is like, oh, yeah, y'all look nice. Y'all look pretty. Y'all look cute. And I'm like, the only reason y'all are doing that is because girl dad was a thing last week. Now you're like, well, shit, I ain't got no girl, but I got a little boy. So shit, I'm going to do my son versus me. Like, I've seen it a lot of...
Why you just didn't do boy dad?
Boy dad. The only thing we're missing is boy mom. It's the only thing that's, like, boy mom. I'm a boy mom. Soccer mom.
Yeah, that's cool, too. Let's do that.
They got too many. It's too many. Listen, I don't know why every week is going to be some new hashtag or something new. So, your booty, you're going to ride a booty in a minute, man.
No, man. I already didn't holler that blazing links. I'm gonna be able to get me some.
You're good.
real soon, man. With some
cool. Do your thing.
Killer game, y'all tripping.
Yeah, man. Shit, he didn't reinvent it himself. It's a great invention.
Okay.
Raj, I heard you had something that burned your boudin this week, and it was something about exaggerations of heights.
Oh yeah, I just don't like when people say I'm like 6'3". How tall are you? I'm like 6'3". Why don't you know how tall you are? Why you exaggerate? Why'd you put that little sideways wiggly next to your sentence, next to your height? Approximately 6'3". Why'd you do that? Like, and then I feel like people that 6'3" really be like 6'1", and I feel like people that be 6 foot really be 5'10". You know what I'm saying?
My real question is that worse for tall people or short people to do? Like if somebody was 5'4" and it was like, boy, yeah, I'm about 5'5", 5'6".
No. Short. I don't ask people how short. Okay, so if somebody's 5'4", I'm not gonna ask him how tall he is or how short he is. Hey, how
short are you? That's bad for business to ask that.
You get what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna ask somebody how tall or how short you are. Like if you're not noticeably tall, specifically tall. That's it. So you gotta be like I asked the guy, at work the other day how tall he was, and he told me 6'3". And I don't think he was 6'3". Because I don't think him and Russell Westbrook the same height. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how, I guess that's usually how I gauge height. That's
because Russell Westbrook 6'4", 6'5".
Okay. It's a little annoying, but I think you kind of constraining it to niggas who like 5'10" to 6'3". I think it bothers me more, like you just said, when cats like, man, I'm 6'6", and you're like, nah, dog, you're not 6'6". Nah. You're like 6'4", maybe 6'5", 6'5" at the most. You're not 6'6".
But I be mad because you already tall. You don't have to exaggerate, bro. Yeah,
that part.
Well, I also think that it's subjective because I'm closer to that the height that I have a problem with people saying. and you closer to the height that you have a problem with people saying. So that's you. That's probably what the issue is here.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how much of a difference, like me being 6'3", me being
as tall as I want to be on the radio.
Me being 6'3" and a quarter. No, I mean,
6'9".
in real life, I'm 6'1" and 3/4. But if somebody asks me, I'm 6'2". But I think that's okay because that means I'm rounding to the nearest whole number, which is only 1/4 of an inch off. So I don't think that's a bad thing. I'm not telling you I'm 6'1" if I'm 6'1" and 3/4. No,
absolutely. I appreciate your honesty because you definitely taller than this dude at work.
Oh, okay.
So now, as far as my gauge goes, my man said he was 6'3", and he's not. I promise you, he's not.
Yeah, you didn't run back and say my boy taller than you, and he's 6'1". And then you could say in 3/4 real like low on the side. And he's I know for a fact, me and you stand next to each other and take a picture. Then I'll show you a picture of me and him standing next to each other. Huh?
It's all based on memory.
Yeah, but I think about this in like hooping. When you got to hoop against somebody and they're like really 6'6", 6'7", it really makes a big difference. It's very hard to check somebody.
You can definitely tell. You can definitely tell. Man.
Like that. Like I noticed that about this podcast brought to you by CJ by Charlie. Like when it was a while after I knew him and we was hooping together, I was like, damn, you're the same size as me. Like it took me a while, like, but when you're in the post playing, you're like, okay, you're actually the same size as me. Okay, cool. I'll take that for what it's worth. Before we get into some of the topics for this week, Raj, please explain.
That's what I was thinking when that man had you in the post. Damn,
Paul.
This nigga is the same size as me.
Yeah, because he was like playing solid post defense, and I said everything, and none of that was suspect, Los. Before you sit
solid poke defense.
Everything you said was suspect. You said you felt that man in the post. And
I felt that solid D.
You said, ooh. And you said, ooh.
You said, man, this nigga just as big as me.
Oh, he the same size as me.
Look at y'all changing all the words. I hate both of y'all.
You did say that.
No, I didn't say big. I said tall.
Hey, Raj, you say, ooh, he the same size as me.
Oh, shit. Hey, Raj, please explain to the people what happens when they change their last name to their middle name.
Oh no! Like, so if your old lady changed her last name to her middle name, if her name is Latwanda Marie and it's not Latwanda Smith no more, and your last name was Smith, that's a wrap. Y'all done.
Oh, if y'all married,
could be married, it could be girlfriend, whatever.
Should you normally put?
Start focusing on yourself.
I'm just curious.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like if your last name was on her last name and then she changed it to something else. Now, most of the time, what I'm gonna say about that is they probably, I don't know what going on in everybody's life, so they probably got something going on and it's obvious. You know, like that y'all probably about to go. But I sure would hate to see my last name on my old lady page and then it changed to her middle name.
Rodrisha Green changed her thing to Rodrisha Smuve. I got you.
Well, you are an idiot.
I mean, that's what that was names. I don't. These are all the same.
No, when in the world I'm ever going to meet someone named Rajisha.
I was just about to say
Rose something.
Rosetta.
I mean, listen, Raj. I'm just being honest.
And then her middle name is Smoothisha.
That part's probably that's probably a little bit of a stretch, but I would be willing to bet that there is the female version of every black man, every name, specifically black men names, running around somewhere. Because I know a lot of women who will name their kid after that man just so other women could know that that's him. Like there is a Carlosisha out there, for somebody. That is a thing.
Carletta.
Yes.
Carletta.
I know
they're combined the two names.
Carl Netta for like a Carl.
Yeah, they combined it. Yeah, that's crazy.
Like that is a thing. So Raj,
Al Netta.
This probably
it's a Rajneesh out
there's
there.
a Rajneesh.
It's a Rajneesh. Rajaneesh.
So I'm telling you. So you might meet that person, is what I'm saying.
So Roger.
I might.
Roger Runita.
Roger
Runita. Rajola.
Timothina.
Rajlina.
This is so stupid. Why does he keep going with these terrible names that he might actually be thinking about that? Call those shit. Anyway, let's talk about this Super Bowl, man. Thoughts on the game? Did either one of y'all really watch the game? I'm talking to Raj first because I was with you, Los.
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay, where'd you watch it?
My house.
Oh, okay. Y'all had people over? Or
I was not. It was nothing extravagant going to be going on for that game. I like once the Who Dats are out of the picture, that's a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care what goes on after that.
Mm-hmm. Big facts. We watched.
We went
go ahead.
We watched Zion.
Yeah, we did go to the Pelly's game first. Had our little Super Sunday.
Yeah.
And then went by the homie, by the Harry, to eat.
Yeah, shout out to Harry.
Yeah, to go ahead on and eat and watch the game. But we were so drunk that it was like.
Yeah, that was.
Like the game was. Like I literally remember Tyreek Hill catching that long pass. And then I remember them like going down there, Patrick Mahomes going down there to try to win the game. Oh, and did he get in or did he not get in stretching the ball? And then Jimmy Garoppolo missing. Like every time I looked up, Jimmy Garoppolo was ass. He was just throwing it to nobody.
What?
Like
I remember they going up, 49ers going up. I'm like, oh, okay. And then looking back up and they were still up. I'm like, oh, okay. And then next thing you know, they lost.
So
that's like damn.
Like all black women on earth were happy. Travis Kelce got him a Super Bowl ring. So that was one time for you black ladies out there. But another question from one of our listeners, Jessica says, she asked, is
shout out Jess.
Max Kellerman? She said that to tell Max Kellerman that Pat Mahomes is not the Michael Jordan of football. What do you guys think about that thought? Because Max Kellerman was beating that drum after this week that Pat Mahomes is the MJ of football.
That's a stretch. Like you can't. I don't think you can categorize what Michael Jordan did and put it in the football like that. When I don't, he got some more time to do. How long? He ain't been in the league that long. He ain't been in the league long enough to do all that.
Right? The point though, right? He only been starting for 2 years. And
he won the MVP
last year and threw more touchdowns than anybody in football history, and then lost in overtime in the AFC Championship to Tom Brady. Yeah. And then came back the next year and won the Super Bowl. That's kind of fire.
On some real.
Let me give it to you. Let me give it to you straight. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback of all time.
Okay,
So I also want to tell you this, that I just had a long conversation with Jess about that, and was able to state my case that if I was choosing, not to make this as too much of a sports podcast, but if I was choosing any one player, if there was an all-time draft and I had the first pick in the draft, as of right now, I'm choosing Patrick Mahomes.
Oh.
In the same light, if there was an NBA draft right now, of all time, and I had the number one pick, and my name's not Charles Barkley, I'm choosing Michael Jordan. So
okay. What I can say about that is that if you choose Mahomes, you better choose the coordinator too. You know what I mean? Schemes, especially in football, they got a lot to do with it, man. I don't care how good you are, bro. Your scheme, shit.
You can say that about anybody.
UFC fighter of all time, I pick John Jones. Oh, that's not what we're talking about?
Pick Kimbo Slice.
If I could pick one wrestler all time, I pick The Rock. Okay, anyway. So I get your point, Raj. And
if I could pick one podcast of all time, I pick the Best Friend Weekend.
Go. So we had this talk before that Patrick Mahomes ain't for the hood, that Lamar is. But
why he got to be for the hood? What does that have to do with it?
I'm just telling you something.
Everything.
It has a lot to do with it. It has a lot to do with how us as the culture a lot of times embraces people like, Kaepernick wasn't getting mad, embraced black quarterback status until he really kind of stuck his foot down and had to throw and turned into that version of Kaepernick. Mahomes don't really get a lot of black QB love, but that was a black quarterback who won the Super Bowl, in case nobody out there was peeping game. And that man is ridiculous. The reason he can't be Michael Jordan is because Michael Jordan is like the best of all time, and he proved it. It's like Tom Brady is the Michael Jordan of football at this point. Patrick Mahomes, to me, is like, I guess, on a trajectory that could be greater than him. Like, an early LeBron James, but even better than him because he won 2 Super. Yeah, if you could pick it, I get your point, right?
Which is why I say that. Like, it's literally based on the fact that if I close my eyes right now and go in a coma for 20 years and wake up, I'm going to expect, like, the first time, when I think football, I'm going to be like, damn, I wonder what Patrick Mahomes has done in the last 20 years. Like, that's the first person that I'm thinking of.
Wow, that's terrible. If I woke up, I would want, oh, you said person. Okay. I thought it was.
Yeah, no, I mean, of course I'm going to see if the Saints. I'm like, did I miss any Saints? Yeah, I'm going to see what's happening with the Saints if I'm talking about teams for sure. But if I'm thinking players, like I'm 100% gonna Google Patrick Mahomes. Like, without question, I'm Googling Patrick. I'm probably gonna see what year Lamar Jackson got hurt, and then I want to see what year
did Michael Thomas get inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to see what year that man became the Michael Jordan of football, because it's gonna happen.
Okay.
I can't sit and expect.
How many years in prison Antonio Brown got?
That's so funny. How many years Antonio Brown got in prison? That's crazy. I hate you,
dumbass.
Hey man, look, let's talk. Let's not get too sportsy. I mean, it's an interesting talk there, but Los, you wanted to talk about the QC Stripper Bowl, man. The second annual. It was at the Dome in the MIA, man. What you know about it?
Yeah, man. I guess I was just reading a bunch on Twitter, and it just kept popping up, and it's funny to me. I'm sorry if you're a stripper out there listening. I guess so. What happened was they had a stripper bowl from QC, that's Pete and Amigos, all them, and from what I understand, they had over 400 girls stripping. Right, so the process is, they got tip out and stuff like that. So you had to send an email. Some of the girls said they had to interview and go dance in 2 clubs for 4 hours to see if they make it. Well, nevertheless, they had 400 girls come. So you had to pay $350 to get in to be able to work. So they had them all in the back, in the open, just getting dressed in the open. Like, they checked your bag. You had to go through metal detectors, all of that. So they go out the route. They made you sign a contract before you went in there. And it said, you guys are go-go dancers, don't get naked, no absolute nudity, and a couple other things on the paper. And you would get, the big thing was you'll get a flat fee. So you'll get a flat rate. So I guess the girls still like, cool, it's going to be, guys in here throwing. P artist said he had 120 to throw. There's a whole bunch of guys throwing a lot of money. So it's money everywhere. They go out and dance, money everywhere. A lot of girls said they had prostitutes, all kind of Russian little slut, I don't call them slut bags, but the little escorts and stuff in there dancing with no ass. And it wasn't the typical strippers. They danced and everything. So they at the end of the day, they told them at the end of the party, they said, y'all go in the back. We got to get the money up. So they got the money, and I guess they must have snuck. A couple of girls said they were sneaking money in the back and all that. Girls were trying to ride there with bags of the money. People that was actually at the party were stealing money. It was crazy. So, they did all of that. The girls said they stayed. They got there at 8 o'clock. They didn't leave till 1 the very next day. 1 p.m. the next day, counting all that money. And they gave everybody $1,100. But you had to pay $350 to do it. So you spent over 12 hours in a people's spot.
So you made they made $750. And you said
made $750.
You said from 8 p.m. to 1 the next day?
Yeah, do the math.
Okay, so that's 17 hours, I think, if I did the math right. No, I'm sorry. That's 15 hours. No, 17 hours. 17 hours at 17 at $750. I mean, I can't do the math like that quick. I'm not a mathematician, but it seems more than like about $45 an hour.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's not bad, bruh.
That's not bad,
bruh.
Listen, but the thing that they were complaining about, they was
Let
like,
me ask you something, Los. If they say you could go to the Pope right now, go to the wall, $45 an hour.
I'm going anywhere in America for $45 an hour right now.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Well,
Los.
I guess they were. No, I'm telling the story. They were upset because they were like they should have got way more money than that. They was looking to get that 3-4. They was like the boys had to make $1 million some in there. They was just adding up what everybody threw and all of that. So a lot of girls couldn't get back home. They were stuck in Miami.
No, you could get home for
stuff.
$750.
That's what
I was thinking. But I thought the same thing, unless you stayed in Canada or something.
Yeah.
But
you can still take
they were saying all kinds of stuff.
You make it.
And they had girls down bad. And they were all complaining to me, it was this bad, it was this bad. But the funniest thing about it was how people trying to steal their money out of
I saw
there.
a bunch of videos with that.
Yeah, they hemmed up one lady with a bag full of the girls. Like, that's a woman. Get your hands off of her. They opened that bag up, started money. Like, no, get that bitch. Get that bitch. get that bitch. Fuck that. So yeah, it was very entertaining to me today on Twitter and all of the memes they was making.
That was one of the controversies, big Super Bowl controversies. Some other ones I saw, it was like 3 of them. That the tomahawk chop, they was going, doing a little chief shit. And like the Native Americans came out and said how disrespectful that was and everything.
Oh my god!
So were they disrespectful when the Braves did it?
Were they disrespectful that
when
the
Florida State did
Redskins
it?
are still called the Redskins?
The Redskins?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it is a
I mean, but
disrespectful
I think
thing,
about,
but I think
what if they had a team that their little chant was like Arsenio Hall chant or something?
That's funny.
We feel some kind of way.
That's so funny. Los, but y'all reaction was hilarious to me. What if somebody had been like, oh yeah, and then the black people came out, some other podcast that's happening right now, and they were like, the black people came out and said something, and they both went, oh my God, black people. That's how y'all two was. Like these Indians, what are y'all mad about?
Yeah. if an Indian podcast called the Redskins came out, like, oh my God, black people again.
Yeah, right? Indian. Oh my God. Oh my God.
The name of the podcast called the Redskins.
That's not the name of an Indian podcast.
The Red Braves.
What is wrong with you? Whoa, welcome to the Chief Littlehorn podcast. It's your man. It's your man Sitting Dog.
Wow, it's your boy Little Big Horn.
It's your man Winding Snake. Back for the Stop it, man. Y'all got me started with that. I don't think it's funny.
One, it's your boy Little Nuck if you buck.
Nuck if you buck. Stop it. Okay, another controversy. Beyonce,
AKA Mr. Wolfhead.
Beyonce and Jay-Z was sitting during the national anthem. And that's some stuff. They said that they were focused on whoever was singing the national anthem, so they just weren't even realized it was going on. And Jay-Z's been doing this
high, in other words.
Jay-Z been doing them edibles. Jay-Z been doing a whole campaign to tell everybody that, he's been doing things for Black America. So he's been on that for like the last week. So take from that what you may.
Did you see Colin? You see the little Colin post?
No, I didn't. What Colin said about him?
He said Colin put up. I thought we was over. We thought we was done with kneeling. We was past kneeling. What's happening, nigga?
Because Jay-Z was sitting down.
Yeah.
Now he's not gonna cop to the fact that he was sitting down for any particular reason. Probably because Beyonce said you're gonna sit your ass down. We gonna.
all he had been, he been down there playing with Blue so long his feet was hurt.
Maybe so. And the last big controversy, they said that Trump was clowning during the national anthem up there doing the yah and shit.
I saw him doing the wall.
He was doing the.
He was doing
the yah. He was doing that while the national anthem was going on, wilding because Trump don't give a shit about nothing. And you know why Trump don't give a shit about nothing? Speaking of Trump, the impeachment trial is over. The Senate said, fuck y'all. Trump got both his middle fingers up right now and is saying, you know what? You can't touch me 4 more years. What are your thoughts on that, Raj? What's your thoughts on the whole idea of the impeachment thing over with?
I mean, I just think it was a formality. It was just something that we just had to endure, but we all knew it was going to happen.
Los, what are your thoughts?
I mean, he absolutely right. You're not wrong when you're right. It's no way that man was leaving. I think I keep trying to explain to people that the vast majority of America, they feel like he feels about a lot of stuff, I think they only get outraged at some of those things, but all that fake outrage. But a lot of them feel like he feels, and especially a lot of the lawmakers, they feel exactly how he feels about a lot of those things. You know, they don't like how he does it and how outlandish he is. Maybe they might be jealous because they can't do it and still be all right. But you know, they feel like he feels, so they like, nah, we good as long as you keep protecting our big, contributors' interests. You know, do your thing, man. Whatever. You know, we'll clean it up as best as possible.
It's wild because on the thing, like, they didn't allow no witnesses. It was a bunch of stuff, like, in the Senate. The House of Representatives impeached him, but then when they went to the Senate with the articles, they was like, nah. And every single Democrat voted to impeach. All of the independents voted to impeach. All of the Republicans voted to not to impeach, except for one.
Who?
Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney voted to impeach that boy, man. And you know what? It made me think when I heard it. I mean, I'm not the most avid person when it comes to listening to politics, but I know what's going on, especially when it's presidential cycles, right? The thing that I noticed and made me think about was about 4 years ago, 2016, when they were running for president. I heard Mitt Romney come out and was like, nah, impeach. Like, I don't rock with Trump. And I was like, that takes some nuts. You know who else I heard on there saying, no, don't impeach him. No, don't impeach. Ted Cruz and what's that other Marco Rubio. Man, Ted Cruz, that Trump called your wife ugly and was wilding. Marco Rubio, he said your daddy was a communist and all kind of stuff and an illegal. Like, Trump was wilding on them boys when they were running in the primaries. But 4 years ago.
I think the boys
because they need their little job. They like, I can't say nothing bad about Trump.
But yeah, and then too, you gotta realize too, when your whole party is going, in one way, in certain ways, you kind of, I guess you feel like you have to, unless you got them big old balls. But pause. But I think with those guys, a lot of time they take politics as like us just sitting around ribbing each other. You know what I mean? When they be doing that type of stuff, going back and forth, looking for dirt on each other, they take it as ribbing on each other. They ain't go in the back and laugh because they know, look, we still gonna get paid. We, the office we in, we still gonna be there. And you lost the presidential race, but you ain't out of it. You ain't out of politics. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times, I'm not saying that's the case with this one, but I'm saying a lot of times they don't really take it personally. It's just like, oh, he doing what he's supposed to do, try to win.
I got you. Trump just like kind of over the top a little bit, but he had his State of the Union this week, earlier the week, and as he was saying all of his lies and deceit, Nancy Pelosi grabbed his speech and ripped that thing in the background, and it was all over there was nothing but memes, and it's all over the internet and everything like that. And one aspect of it that I want to definitely address is just this. I speak to. I heard like the black delegation would like to trade Stacey Dash for Nancy Pelosi, right? So that's always the thing that comes out, right? Like the black delegation, and that's all for the Chappelle show.
Black delegation choose.
Yeah, choose. Tiger Woods. Yeah, we want to get rid of Tiger Woods and we want to take this one. All of that stuff. It'd be like, damn, our bar is really low for what we like. What you rip up a piece of paper and now we want you instead of.
Hey,
really?
Hey, black folk. It don't matter. Almost anybody walking our parties, we'll be like, hey man, come on, have a drink. Right. You know what I'm saying? If he say one thing cool or make one person laugh, we were open arms. We can't do that everywhere we go. So we always and we talked about it on the podcast before. So that's what we do. We do that.
I'm like, no, but for me, it's like, how is that like just such a pro-black thing to do, to rip up Trump's speech? Like, it's not like she ripped up. It's not like she held a sign in the background that said "Black Lives Matter," my nigga. She ripped up his. I'm just serious.
She slapped him.
But even if she slapped him, that's her not liking him. Why does her ripping up that speech make her for the black people? Because she acting the ass? I think that's such a. I think that's so trivial, like, as black people, for us to be like, oh, yeah, we want her now. Because she did that.
Yeah, she didn't care about us at that moment.
That's my point.
I'm doing this for black. Hey, this is for the blacks right here. Black people, this is for you.
Right? I still don't want Stacey Dash, but I don't need a trailer for Nancy Pelosi. Like, she could just go.
Nah, I don't. I was about to say, why we just can't put out?
She could be a free agent. Exactly. Like,
Exactly. We can just kick off the team. We just cut her.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's a big part of it. And then also this week, the Iowa caucuses took place. So A caucus is even stupider than an electoral college because it's like people get in a room and then they talk about who they want to vote for and then they send their one vote from the different little caucus locations. They caucus for people.
Oh, you heard that? I know what you're about to say.
It's really weird.
Why is it called a caucus?
Because a bunch of
caucuses in there.
Caucasians. It's a bunch of Caucasians.
Y'all are stupid, bro. My question is because I was first.
Caucasus.
Stop it, man. Why does Iowa matter? I know it's first, but why Iowa? Cutting like, why do people like? Oh yeah, Iowa. He won the Iowa caucus.
Because they know ain't no niggas going to Iowa,
right?
You lying. Not with all that caucus out there.
Caucus too much to go to Iowa.
Hey, where the Vodges?
Stop it, man. You know,
I don't know why Iowa. I think is in Iowa like a swing state.
I might be. You know, Raj, I saw something. If a hole in the wall could talk, you know what it would say? Caucus. That's the thing. Yeah, it probably is one of the swing states, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think Democrats specifically went in Iowa. I don't think that's the thing.
No.
Maybe if there was like, the Florida primary, maybe that's the thing, but I don't know. Whatever. That's neither here nor the next thing. But Pete Buttigieg actually won.
Yeah.
That man is the same age as us, Los, me and you. He was the mayor of South Bend, Indiana, with Notre Dame and everything. What do y'all know about Pete Buttigieg? Tell me one thing you know about him, Raj.
I don't know anything about it. Never heard of him.
Los, tell me one thing you know about Pete Buttigieg.
He got a funny name. He got made fun of in elementary school.
Yeah. He's openly gay and married to Chasten Gillespie.
Oh, yeah.
He's married to a dude, right? Are we ready in our country for an openly gay president? And y'all be respectful with your responses because I know I got to tell you that, Los.
Wow. I'm reformed. I don't know. I heard about this story this morning. I don't know if he read it. I like the fact that he's comfortable with it. You know, he talked about how he just got tired of it, or whatever. You know, hiding. He wanted to, be open and all that stuff. But I mean, I that's what he want to do. As long as he got the best interest of the country in mind, and stuff don't go crazy, or you trying to make a bunch of extra rights and stuff, I'm cool.
What like Los, he hasn't been gay his whole life. He was the mayor of South Bend, Indiana, and he used to actually play for Notre Dame. And once he actually played.
He was gay.
He played quarterback. And when he was taking the snap from the center, he was like, "Oh, he the same size as me." And then
Huts.
And that man was gay ever since. Raj, what are your thoughts?
From what I heard, in his entire career, he didn't play all that much, but he did play a few games. He went 50 for 30.
In the pocket. He stayed in the pocket. Yeah, he was.
I heard his favorite play was caucus.
Okay,
That's why he in the swing state.
So anyway, so Raj, you didn't say that. What are your thoughts on openly gay president?
So I mean, realistically, as long as as long as you don't come out to like some Sissy Nobi or like
YMCA
or something like that, like that kind of, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, YMCA. That's even better. As long as you don't come out to like something like that. Like, and he just like a dude, like I don't care.
I ain't tripping.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that there gonna be some people, especially in the South, that's gonna care. Mm-hmm. But as long as, I just a good president. I don't care what his sexual orientation is, and I don't think America would either, as long as he's doing a decent job. But I think he would be on a very, very short dominatrix leash.
You couldn't help it. He couldn't help it.
A very short leash, because if he does mess up, they'll be quick to question his like, I don't know, as it being a choice,
decision making
to the choices that he made. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm not saying.
I think he's a top though. I don't think he's a bottom
in that light, but I just think that that's the light that he would be judged in by the society.
So his he like the one thing is like Obama was like, oh, he's a Muslim. Like his last name, Hussein Obama, he's a Muslim. Like, they're going to use that against him. Like, if it's a gay dude and his last name is Buttigieg, I mean,
Oh, Lord.
that do sound like a Big Fire and Big Frida song. Booty jig, booty jig, booty jig.
At the inauguration,
What?
that'd be so funny.
Booty jig. Okay,
That'd be so funny.
So let me
bro.
ask you something. If it isn't gonna be Peter Buttigieg, if it isn't gonna be him, I'm gonna stop right now because I said y'all need to be okay. Who's gonna be the nominee then? Who do y'all think it is?
Hold on,
it might could be him.
Hold on one second.
No, Los. We don't have.
No. I'm being serious.
Okay.
Real quick. Actually, at that thing, they interviewed a woman, and they were talking about who you voted for, and she was like, I voted for Buttigieg, whatever his name is, and they was like, oh, okay, well, are you ready? She had the same question you asked us, and she said, wait a minute, he's gay.
That's a real thing.
He's like, yeah, I swear to God, I heard this morning on the radio, and she was like, he's gay. And she was like, the lady like, yeah. She's like, well, I don't want it. Wow. Can I take my vote back? Older white lady.
I think that there's some facts to that, and I think that like Rod said, in certain places people are gonna be like, nah.
Yeah. She was legit. Like I don't want nobody like that running my country.
I figured the only reason Hillary Clinton lost to Donald Trump is because we didn't want a woman running the country. Enough of the country didn't. I mean, more than half did, but in the states where it mattered, they was like, no, we don't want a woman, and I think it boiled down to that. I think people would be even less comfortable with a gay dude. But I mean, I would vote for him if that was the nominee. But whatever. But who do y'all think the nominee is going to be? Who would you vote for in the Colorado caucus or in Texas? Like if we're doing our Democratic nominee, who would you vote for? Raj or Los? Who do y'all think is going to be the nominee?
I really don't know, to be honest.
I mean, I'm kind of looking at it right now, just tossing up these names. I've been seeing Michael Bloomberg a lot, but I heard he don't really have a chance. I think Bernie Sanders.
Okay,
that's what I'm going with.
I think Elizabeth Warren is the. I've said this to a lot of people. I think she's the right candidate. I think Bernie Sanders is probably going to be the candidate, and I think that Michael Bloomberg has a very good chance of doing some Trump type shit because he's the only other candidate who had a Super Bowl commercial. Like he got that money, and I see him on my social media every day. I see him on TV commercials every day. Yeah. That's gonna matter. That wins. I don't know. What's your thoughts, Los?
That's all right. I definitely agree. Anytime you got that big bag and those big companies, and especially all money behind you, when you're in business with the big companies, they behind you big. You got the cheese.
That man ain't got no all money, man. Stop it, man.
I'm saying if you with the oil company,
man, ain't got no all money.
Big stupid money.
That man is.
You don't know what that man got. Oh, you gotta have.
Michael Bloomberg had he came up with stock tools for people to use in the stock market, so they didn't have to go if y'all remember that movie Trading Places where they all on the stock floor $2, $10, $10, $2. He made computerized tools and all of that, and his family been into that, and he's the richest person in New York State. That means that Donald Trump's from New York State, meaning that he got more money than Trump. And I'm pretty sure that man gonna release his tax returns just to be like, look, I got $10.12 billion.
He's actually worth, his net worth is $61.5 billion.
Okay, so I shortchanged him by $50 billion. Is that what I just did, right?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I shortchanged that boy by $50 billion. Okay, yeah. So it's chump change to run ads every day on all of your. That man might drop a song on our iPhone that we all automatically get. That's what
he got the money to do.
He do, man. I mean, I would love for our money to work like that. But to do it, we got to keep the money in the community. And you know who talks about the major tenets of money in the community? The Black Coffee Company. Let's hear from them. So 5 young Xavier alumni have come together to create the Black Coffee Company, man. Y'all visit theblackcoffeecompany.com to check out their art, apparel, and definitely their coffee. With 5 unique blends of Colombian, Brazilian, Ethiopian, and Peruvian coffees, these brothers are giving you some of the best Java from around the globe and some food for thought as well. These fellas aren't only distributing quality coffee, they preach the major tenets of entrepreneurship, financial freedom, and community empowerment. The whole movement is dope, but don't take my word for it. Visit theblackcoffeecompany.com and see what all the fuss is about. The Black Coffee Company. Coffee for the culture.
Shout out. If you want some company. Never mind, Mr.
The blacker the coffee.
Why you didn't keep it up? If you want some company,
and
bring
some
coffee.
Yeah.
But make sure it's black.
Caucus.
That's stupid. A couple of music things I want to talk about real quick. Funny story. This dude isn't the Tyrone Hankerson of music, but he damn sure close. Chad Focus, a.k.a. Chad Arrington, is a Baltimore rapper who recently pled guilty to a federal charge of conspiracy to commit wire fraud for charging millions of dollars on products and services meant to boost his music career to a company credit card. The boy spent $4.1 million on the company Amex. He bought millions of dollars worth of expensive jewelry, musical equipment, and guess what else he bought? Wait for it. Social media followers. He spent $125,000 on concert tickets, including to his own concerts, and to artificially boost play counts on streaming services. He had billboards up in the city said, "Get this money." And Chad Focus, I'll teach you how to be rich. The boy is facing 20 years and must pay the loot back.
Let me tell you what's funny about that. You don't have to. It don't cost $4.1 million to do. If you got free money like that and you're stealing it, $4.1 million. Why would you? Okay, so go get some middle of the mall jewelry. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing it on the company, don't get all. Man, come on, that's ridiculous.
That boy crashed out.
I mean, I guess it was fun while it lasted.
I mean, that boy did it big. That boy did it big now. That boy been listening to too much Boosie. He definitely did it big. He went overboard. 4 points.
My thought was if that boy would have, like, if we would have heard about him, like, oh, that man is the number one rapper for some reason, and people always downloading his music, and like, let me see what it's all about. And that man actually could rap. That man could have turned that into something where he like, all right, I'm just gonna pay them people back.
You gonna pay the bill? You just gonna pay the bill? You gonna get on the app and just let me pay the bill real quick. My bad. Hey, I was tripping. I put it back though. We good. But you know, niggas ain't paying that back.
No, he wasn't gonna pay back.
I mean, I think that that's just this is a microcosm to say that it wasn't good because he got away with spending $4.1 million, and if he was good, you take a good rapper like a somebody that's underground but that just can't make it because they just, you know what I'm saying, they work and they don't have enough time to put it in. $4.1 million should make a good rapper the best rapper.
My other question: what company was this?
Or at least relevant.
That's another. Both of those are very. He should have been relevant, and that was the number one question I had. What company not realizing $4.1 million missing?
He's working for what's old boy name you just got through saying?
Bloomberg.
60 billion.
He's working for
he must have been on his campaign. Because I'm thinking like if you working for a place who trusts you with a credit card that you can spend $4 million on, number one, I feel like you got a good job.
They say he was doing something where he was like setting in, like he was bringing bikes or something, or like mobile transport from overseas to do something. So it was like $1 million deals he was doing, but that man was like skimming off the top some of the money and taking it to the side to do his thing, man. I mean, hey.
Skimming 4.1.
Skimming over time. Scamming. Cause they had another dude who I saw a couple weeks ago who took a job at Amazon. I don't know if y'all saw the video, and he had stickers for his mixtape, and that boy was sticking them on all the boxes. I mean, it's kind of the same. Yeah. The same vibe, not the same vibe, but
because he not going to jail for that.
But I honestly think that there's creative ways to try to get the bag, and his creative way to try to get the bag was to falsify that he was already doing it. I think that was just a very interesting way of going about it. Now it didn't work, and he stole money to do it. But if, like, let's say you had some loot, and that's the route you chose, like instead of $4.1 million, let's say you got $50,000 to invest, and you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna artificially make myself look like I'm killing it, and hopefully I'm killing it at the end of it. Like, I don't know if that could work.
I don't think that works ever, because if you can artificially make yourself be killing it, but if you're not cool enough to really be killing it, or you're not killing it, it don't matter. Like if most of the people listen, they'll be like, okay, you might get a listen, but if you're not good, it don't matter. You know how artificial you look. You know you can look cold. Obviously, it don't work because they can't rap. If you're not good, nobody want to listen to that.
Maybe so.
And he probably got held back. Chad Focus. That's probably why his name
was Chad Focus.
Chad Focus
In school.
Chad
Focus. Chad Focus.
Yeah.
Hey,
Period.
y'all listen to that Lil
Yeah,
Wayne
see.
Funeral?
Yeah.
I kind of been on it.
Bro, let me tell you this. Look, on some energy that we was just putting out, on some religious energy that we put out early into the podcast. As soon as I saw that I don't care what the context of the music is. As soon as I saw that man had a song named Satan's Kid, I'm done. Like I don't want to listen to that shit. Like that's I'm not doing it. I'm not with that. So that was the end. Like I'm going through the list and that came up and I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not about to.
That's not what the name. That's not what the song was called, right? It's called Satan Skid, SKID, like skid back down to the hole. Put the devil back down in the hole. Satan Skid.
No, sure.
No,
Yeah.
that's not it.
Nope.
The space was.
You tried.
We tried to put you on it. I listened to it like a couple times, but not the whole thing. I just ain't really. I don't know why. This is.
It was.
I don't know.
I think it was a mixtape. It just sounded like he had a whole bunch of old songs. He just in there rapping. He had a few songs on there. I think it was too long, but I was just happy to hear Wayne, man. To be honest with you, I think it was too long. There's a few songs that I could have did without.
He had 24 songs, boy, for Kobe.
Yeah, it was too long.
Anytime an album got more songs than it's supposed to have, it's never.
It's 24 for Kobe,
when
man.
Chris Brown,
so you saying it should have been 8 songs?
It should have been 12 to 16 songs. When Chris Brown dropped that album with 40 songs on it, he's like, oh, a new Chris Brown album. But nah, it wasn't good. Like anytime an album got too many songs,
I still ain't listen to all that Chris Brown.
But Raj, that's one of the most craziest statements you ever. Anytime an album has too many songs, it's not good. Duh. Chad Focus, if his album was 2 songs, it'd be too many songs. Like,
there's a number that's too many songs. I think over 18, over 20 songs is too many songs. But what I will say is the one song that I did enjoy, because I did get through some of it, is that song Ball. I forgot, it got the word ball in it. It's him and Lil Twist. And he just name a whole bunch of people, but it'd be like the first name and then the last name and then the first name of somebody else with that same last name. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of like that. That was fun.
The song with him and Big Sean's song was straight.
Yeah, that's the only one I really put on repeat play a few times. That one with him. I get on it eventually.
A whole bunch of songs on
but it is what it is.
That Yo Gotti was fire though.
Which one? Oh, he got a song with Yo Gotti?
Nice. No, Gotti, he dropped the album.
Oh, shit.
Oh, did he?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah.
Me neither.
I listened to that too.
What is it called?
This might sound very contradictory to everything that we ever talk about, but the one album that I'm very much anticipatory about is the Justin Bieber album, because I like Justin Bieber.
Well, Justin Bieber go hard.
So I can't wait. It's coming out in February at some point in time. You could pre-download it. It's like the first thing that I've ever seen.
It's coming out in February.
I didn't.
It was originally supposed to come out in May.
Okay.
Now cue up that music up for Nothin NICE.
You know they say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Nothing nice to say, but Aldo NICE.
Ain't nothing nice. You hear me?
So check this out. I'm going to keep it short and sweet this week. Social media challenges are dope. I like them when they're done efficiently. If you catch the wave early, I'm here for most of them, and while they're happening, it's pretty fun to join in. Repost on Facebook, however, you know those old fill-in-the-blank daddies and do it because other people are? They burn my boudin all day. I don't really care who your favorite athlete in each sport of all time was.
Oh my God.
And I'm not that interested in sharing my list with you. While I might sit back and think about what my answers would be, I have no interest in actually sharing them. Another one I saw this week was, tell me every school you've went to from pre-K to graduation. They were interesting because some people went to mad public schools. Others moved around a lot. Some even went to the same school K through 12, which is crazy to me. But that repost phenomenon got me thinking about another one. Remember when they said your stripper name was your first name plus the street you grew up on, and everybody was posting that? I thought long and hard about these 2 repost challenges and came to this interesting conclusion. The next one will definitely be the mother's maiden name challenge, or the best friend growing up challenge, or the hospital you were born in challenge. You motherfuckers is dumb. And I ain't got nothing nice to say about people who unknowingly give out all of the answers to their login security questions because it's fun for Facebook. So I won't say nothing at all.
That's a pretty good one.
Am I lying? Am I lying? What's your
No,
elementary
that's
school?
like that's.
What's your first name of your pet when you was growing up and your street you grew up on?
All them questions.
Ain't that your questions?
That's
And
a
I
fabulous
just want to
scam,
say
boy.
that this podcast is brought to you by Harley Davidson. I feel like we all know who gonna get hacked.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we know who getting hacked.
We know who gonna get hacked.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What I will say, let me tell you this. I like the idea. I agree with you. I like the idea, especially because we all big sports guys, but I like the idea of naming your favorite athlete in every sport. But I don't like who people put down. I'm just like, bro, you don't know nothing about Steve McNair at Alcorn State.
I did see that.
Get out of here.
I remember him. But I remember watching it on the old TV in my mom and them room on a Saturday morning in the SWAC championship game. Like Los remembers, yeah. Like Los remembers him going to games. I can say Los probably remember that.
Yeah, I was there.
But
yeah,
like we not from Mississippi. We weren't out there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't showing them on TV like that. Yeah, I don't believe that.
Yeah, I used to be there. My dad a referee, so I definitely was. Yeah, but
it's a lot of retrospect.
and there's a bunch of other people. Otto Graham. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like your favorite football. I don't know what. I forgot the dude's name, but anyway, it's just some
Jim
certain
Ott.
Seeing the Jim Otter. Who is it? Jim what?
It was Jim Ott. That was the center on his all-time team.
Jim Ott. I think that's what it was. But I just don't like seeing. I don't know, like the context of what people was putting as their favorite players, and I'm just like, that wasn't your favorite player. I just think you're trying to be different.
Exactly.
Like I don't like that. I can't do it. I can't participate in these things.
I'm okay if
which
your
is
favorite
probably what's kept me
basketball
away
player-
from being hacked.
I'm okay if your favorite basketball player in college of all time was like Connolly Verdon or Kelvin Price or Chris Manuel, somebody you actually saw when you was a kid. Like that can be it, but not like
I didn't see anybody put that.
Yeah, I know, that's my point. Like I don't. It can't just be somebody who in retrospect would have been a fire pick. You know what I mean?
God Sham God is my favorite basketball. Come on, bro. Peter Warwick.
Okay. If you like Florida State when you was a kid, Peter Warwick could be your favorite college football player.
I know. That was a bad one.
That's a bad one. but growing up in Louisiana, we like Louisiana Tings. So your favorite college football player of all time could have been Kevin Falk. It could have been Justin Reed, Justin Vincent. It could be a whole bunch of crazy players that nobody, Keelan Williams. It could be a bunch of people. Brian Mitchell. These things happen. But other things that we grew up in, Carlos Pearson, right?
AKA.
So another thing that we talked about 2 weeks ago on the podcast, Raj, when you weren't here, so I just definitely want to loop back around to this conversation because people in the streets told me they wanted to hear your thoughts on this. We talked about how in Louisiana, where we grew up, it was fire because when we went to school dances, like, them things used to twerk on us. And, like, it was some slow dancing. I remember my first slow dance. Shout out. This podcast is brought to you by Maria. For my... You remember Maria? Raj? Oh, Maria Alvarez?
I don't know who...
Yeah, you do know. Oh, you do know. The... and... slow dance daddies. I remember I will never lie again. I remember the slow dance section. I remember
you were singing in her ear.
In her ear.
In her
no
ear.
Doubt.
In her ear.
And with me it was Usher.
Oh, for you it was Usher?
Take you to a place nice and quiet. There ain't no one else to enter.
Los, what was yours? Give me a slow dance daddy you remember slow dancing too.
There
you go.
Man, my mind ain't that good like that, bro. It probably was one of them little Boys to Men songs, I believe.
It'd be funny if you was
Jim.
Step back, you're dancing kind of close, and then you were singing. Girl, I know you felt it. If y'all was doing a duet, that shit would
She was singing back to your ear.
Yeah,
that's good.
I probably would have married her.
So what I remember,
me and a girl do a duet on the dance floor at the school dance, in middle school, I would have stayed with her.
So what I remember, what's interesting is I went to Bell Place and Raj went to Bell Place too. And that's a school that's probably 70, 65% white and 35% black. And when we were there, and still the school dances, it was like Achy Breaky Heart. They played like the one song for the white people. But I remember everything else was pretty much hip hop. I feel like we had black DJs.
Footloose.
Yeah, oh, they played Footloose too?
Was the one.
Yeah, they should.
Footloose. And it just get fast. That shit was fun. Like, Footloose might be my favorite out of everything. Out of Cupid Shuffle, out of all of them. I might like Footloose because it's fun.
They did have a little line dance, but everything was a little line dance action. But then they played that Tootsie Roll. I remember when I was in middle school, and then it was twerk music.
The butterfly. That's old. Let me see
I remember getting rolled up is the term they use now. We used to just call it getting danced on. Dancing on something.
I was just about to say.
My favorite grinding
I'm finna go
song,
get danced on tonight, boy.
My favorite grinding song of all time. Because it wasn't just like you stand there and just get grinded on. My favorite one was...
Well, a lot of times it was.
I know that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like that's what it was. But this one was, I put my hand up on my hip. When you dip, we dip. And I remember going all the way down to the ground with the girl on the, like I'm damn near like, doing a squat. A full squat on the ground. And then we slowly come, jump back up,
Was it before or after your bust?
To the beat. Way after I had that dot on my pants. But I would say I'm glad you asked me because I had some things I wanted to say about that.
About busting?
About having that dot on my pants. No, about just the idea having in middle and high school having girls dance on you. And what I remember is that I feel like I can almost attribute certain girls to like wrestlers because a lot of them had finishing moves.
Oh yeah,
like they all had like one of them was the best. One of them could do a split and bounce, and nobody else could do that. And then you know what I'm saying. One of them could like kind of like pop lock, but like you know what I'm saying, do some weird stuff. And then one of them used to just break her back, and it was just. Yeah. It was a little band of characters, and I feel like they was known for how they pop.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's what the fun thing was. Every once in a while, you got to dance with one of them girls. Like they wasn't always the most attractive, but the fact that they could dance real good made them attractive and like made them desirable to dance with. Like I want to dance with her because I want to know how that's gonna feel.
Yeah.
I mean,
on me.
And I remember these dances and school dances with, and Raj, you missed this whole conversation, but the idea was that in other states, I asked people in Houston, like, what did y'all do? And they was like, oh, we used to do like the South Side, boy, and we be in there doing, man, hold up, we be swanging. And I'm like, oh damn, that's what y'all used to do in high school at the dance? And like,
I heard the girls in Houston used to like grind or pop, but slower.
Screw.
And I mean, like, and another one we heard was in Memphis. They used to do something called the Gangster Walk, and we said the only other place like in the states that probably did it like we did it was maybe Atlanta, but more specifically Miami. Miami, they had to be in that bitch like Luke, like from a young age.
I mean, the fun thing about being from Louisiana is that we was immersed. I feel like as me personally, as a young person, immersed in Louisiana only music. Yeah. As far as rap goes. True. And so it was a lot of New Orleans bounce that got to us. Like a lot of talk that stuff, now roll with it, like all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like DJ Jubilee, like that kind of shit, to where it was designed to be danced to that way.
To be danced on, yeah.
In New York, they was crunking, like in doing shit that just niggas, like just dudes crunking parties and stuff. Yeah, Harlem doing that, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't no, or maybe they was doing choreographed dance, like or something like that, but they wasn't popping.
They didn't have songs designed for you to get danced
at all.
Exactly.
I mean, now
and on the West Coast they had Tupac and E40.
I'm sure probably at a certain time when Atlanta music really took over the world and it was like Lil Jon and shit, then it became more stuff. But I even wonder what they used to play in the strip club up there, bro. Like they didn't have that kind of stuff going on. But going back to our high school experiences, which is I think is just funny, middle school and high school. Like y'all remember this? I'm speaking out of turn a little bit, but y'all remember this being in high school at a dance, and then somebody come and stick their little finger by your nose, like Cutting, why are y'all
Yeah.
on the dance floor putting your little finger in little girls, cutting? Like, that was a high school dance, cutting a middle school dance, cutting.
I'm gonna go back. I'm actually. This is fun. I
knew you would like this conversation.
and I wish I was a part of it 2 weeks ago. But I remember. So this podcast is brought to you by Officer Wallace, and I don't care if you know now. But I remember being at the school dance in high school, mid knuckle, in this chick that had a skirt on, having a conversation with Officer Wallace. And he was fully dressed, like he was in his office. He had his officer clothes on.
Yeah, on the bus.
Yes, I was a very, very, very adventurous kid.
Math
like
class.
all of us was.
Okay, when I brought this up with Grabstar, that boy was like, I said something about did you bust, and I think it's so funny when you ask that question because in high school and then I'm gonna say middle school and I'm gonna say even in the college because I went to college in New Orleans. Like, did you bust from a dance? I'm asking this question out loud, and you can plead the fifth. But I think if I would have asked you this question in like 2001, 2003, 2004, whatever, man, have you ever been on a dance floor and something was dancing on you and you had that dot on your pants because, the dance was too intense? You would say, never. It never happened. I was just on hard for a long time.
Oh, no, I done definitely had a little leak come out of there.
But in 2020, I'm gonna need y'all to admit, boys was busting.
I definitely had a little leak.
I'm not gonna lie. I would love to tell you that I did, but I didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
I had a little leak. I ain't bust, but I had little leakage come out of that thing.
I think we all had that pre-daddy.
I had that pre-daddy. Yeah, I had that pre-daddy. My boxes all stuck
that
together.
Happens when I get tired at 33.
No.
So
you need to go get that one checked because that's not supposed to happen.
That's not pre-cum. Is it green?
It's them endorphins. Them endorphins get to swimming.
I thought it was green.
Endorphins get to swimming, and that's a wrap. You know, all that stuff go through. I think that's very healthy.
So
that boy got dolphin. You got dolphin.
Another phenomenon that people will never understand about if they wasn't living that life or going to one of these experiences is if you at a dance and it's dark. And you walk up to something fine that's just shaking. And you walk up behind her, grab her little waist and start to dancing.
Mm-hmm.
What is she automatically going to do?
And she cold?
No, what's she going to do?
She looking back. She looking
and
back.
It is at that point, there is a 50% chance that thing going to say.
She might just stop and get still. Just stop.
Hey, what that do to your self-esteem, boy?
Hey, no, the first time it happened, I had a good run. Like, I'm good. Everything, nobody stopped on me for a long time. Then I got in the club one day, and I said, man, that thing cold. Why she dancing by herself this whole time? That's why. I didn't know. I walk up there like, I'm finna get, they tripping around here. Man, as soon as I grabbed that waist, she didn't even look back. She just got still. I was like, ooh. You know what I did? Hey, I kept dancing right on by that thing. Like ain't nothing happened.
Boy.
That's funny.
Like, as a grown-up, I haven't been in a club in so long where I didn't walked up and start dancing with something from behind. Like that. That is not a thing. No one does that.
You're so brave as a child. I would never do that now. It was so brave.
You going to jail now. That's a Me Too case.
I mean, I just think that was so fun to just like, you know, like you're all standing. Man, I'm about to go see what's up with, you know, we all know her name. I'm about to go see what's up with her right there. You know, basically wish me luck, I guess is what we said, but that's not what we said. And then so you go, and then of course this is best case scenario. All your partners on the wall, y'all looking for which one y'all want. And you know, let's say you're the first one to find one. Cool. So I find I'm going to holler at her. I go up behind her. She look back, right? Of course, inevitably.
Mm-hmm.
And then she continued dancing.
Oh, yeah.
And then what you do? You look back.
Look.
Throw that B up. If you knew I better, you throw that B up.
Throw that B. I'm nice.
I think
nobody said I'm nice. That's our shit. But you throw up that B silently.
I think the best one is if you and y'all, you know, y'all on cooling on the wall, y'all just chilling on the wall, ain't doing nothing, talking, and then that cold thing come and just start dancing on
Oh, that
you.
didn't happen before.
Wow,
Obviously, that didn't happen. That used to be the rarity.
That make you feel like that. It happened, but it make you feel like a king when that do happen.
When she just,
I always wondered why
chose you.
Like, why though?
Just
what
in college,
out of all of these people, you chose me.
But in college, it used to be way more like that, Raj, than when I was in high school, because I think it was in high school, it was everybody from where you from, and like we said, the girls danced, the boys walked up, grabbed something, and danced on them. In college, it was people from different states and different whatever. But I definitely remember times just standing and dance for a girl to walk up, grab me by my face, like, and then just start dancing on me. And I'm like, okay, fuck, all right. Look at me winning.
Looking better and better.
Look at me winning. I must
grab you by your face.
Yeah,
that sounds so weird. It sounds like you went to the club with John Murray.
Right? Jump on my face.
Grab you by your face.
What I mean,
jump off the speaker.
I need you to see the visual that I'm making. Caress my chin as they walk up and start dancing with me, is what I'm saying.
Your pre-bearded chin.
Yeah, my old baby face bitch.
when you was Jason Weaver. Oh, you must be a smart guy.
You stupid, dude. You stupid. Yeah, I was killing it.
That's my brother.
I was killing it during the during my Jason Weaver phase. But nah, man, that was that whole phenomenon of being at the school dance and that kind of thing. That's always gonna have a special place. Before we get out of here, Gramstar said to bring up to ask you to tell one story that he wants to hear your version of it on the pod. He said at Bell Place they was trying to make you sell that crack. And he said to tell a story. I don't know the story. I really want to know the story.
I mean, it's a simple story. It's not. I wish it was funnier than it is, but I remember either I was leaving class or I had to be leaving. No, okay. So this I'm gonna make the story up, but I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give you the important parts. Bell rings. Gotta go in class. But, they always got dudes just hanging out by the lockers or whatever. And I don't remember who it was, so I can't name drop, but I would love to. But I remember it was somebody with a nickname. And he came up to me and he said, here, hold this and bring me $35 tomorrow.
What?
Yeah. Hold this and bring me $35 tomorrow. And I feel like it was at that moment where I had a decision. You know what I'm saying? Like I that was a defining moment in my life where I could have became a drug dealer, or I could have became a drug smoker, or I could have just been Rog Smuve. This podcast is brought to you by Rog Smuve. I could have just been him, who I am now. So that's the decision I ultimately made. But I didn't. I want to say I actually grabbed it. Like I actually was like, what was that? And handed it back and was like, "No, I'm good," and handed it back to him. And I'm very fortunate in hindsight that because I know if I'm the D-boy in middle school and I hand something to somebody like me, who I was in middle school, fresh out of private school, nah, you already accepted it. And then I probably would have, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to beat you up if you don't bring me my 35. We going to beat you up if you don't bring me my 35 tomorrow.
Why? That man handed you some crack.
Ross almost big meat.
How much? Hey, so how much of that story was fabricated? You just said you was going to make it up.
The only part of the story that was fabricated was the bell rang, and I don't know if we was going in class or out of class. That's what I'm saying. That's the only part that was fabricated. Everything else was the truth.
That's such a bold thing in middle school to be like, here, take this crack and go sell it. Who did he expect you to go sell some crack to?
I don't think it was to sell. I think it was to buy. Like, I think it was like, here, like, let me get you hooked in on this. But what I also remember is I don't know if it was that same person, but I remember being in the locker room. We all changing for PE, and a piece of whatever it was handed to someone else, and it was like, oh yeah, bro, I got that good, and he handed it to him, and he put it in his mouth. It was like, oh yeah, that's nice, and I'm just like, damn, that's how y'all boys just. I'm not putting that in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and who taught you that? I didn't grow up like that. Who taught you, like, when somebody hand that to you, look, man, that's that good. Put it in your mouth and just swash it around and then hand it back to the dude and tell him, yeah, that's that good. I never had that experience. I never learned that.
Tim said he was with you that whole day. He said in the locker room he was there too, and then He said the dude with the crackhead took his clothes off, and you was like, "Man, you the same size as me."
Same size as me.
Hey, man, Best Friend Weekend Phase 3.6 is happening March 6th through March 8th in Houston, Texas. If you haven't already booked your tickets, please book your tickets now. Come on out here. If you're trying to come hang with the crew, stay with the crew, let us know. We're getting room and accommodations taken care of, trying to get a room and block and everything. On March the 6th, we are going to have an event called Best Friends and Cocktails, along with Convos and Cocktails crew, and that's going to be at Wakefield Crowbar in the Heights on 3/7. March the 7th, we got an event called Bounce for the Crawfish. Tickets are on sale now. Buy your tickets now. It's a limited supply, so you want to make sure you're there. It's looking like on Sunday we may end up doing Chapman and Kirby, but we'll find out if it's still open. If they're still going to be doing Sunday Fun Day type things, but it will be a Sunday Fun Day vibe on the 8th. Make sure you're in Houston. Don't miss Best Friend Weekend Phase 3.6. And I want you to have a great weekend. Make it a Best Friend Week.
Make it a Best Friend Week.
And we out. Bye. 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 Bye.
You want me to come to your crib and get comfortable? What if I want to move in and shit? I'll show up on some random shit. Don't let me catch you, bitch. You want to change that shit? You should just dead it. I swear to God you're gonna regret it. Watch when I start asking you, why the fuck you take so long to answer my message? The fuck you gonna tell me? Oh, you with the homies? Don't even think you could curve me for some other pussy cause it could get ugly. Boy, I'll be on some other shit. Just letting you know what's up. Cause if I ever find out about that other bitch, boy, you gonna get that bitch cut.
Why is she so violent? I don't want to deal with her. I don't want to deal with her anymore.
I'm just scared.
Which is why I don't understand why Offset cheated.
I have no clue. That boy brave.